What's going on, guys? John Elder here from codingme.com, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to use different forms for different users and why that's so important for our app with Django and Python. All right, guys, like I said, in this video, I'm going to show you how to use different forms for different users. Now, why is that important? Well, if you look at our add events page here, you see we can pick different managers, right? Well, if we're the super user, the admin user, that's fine. We could be able to assign events to different people. But if you're just a regular user, you don't want to be able to create an event and assign somebody else as the manager. You want you to be the manager. So if you're logged in as a regular user, we don't want this drop-down box to be here. We just want no box at all. We just want to automatically assign you as the manager. But if you're the admin, if the super user, we do want this. So what we need here is two different forms because this is all done on the back end. We can't modify these forms on the HTML page themselves. So we're gonna have to use different forms and then determine whether or not we want to use the admin form or the regular form and put that form on the screen. So that's what we're gonna look at in this video. Lots of really cool stuff in this video and really kind of handy. And it'll also sort of tie in a little bit to the venue video we did just recently where we did some stuff on the back end there. So you might recognize some stuff there. So let's head over to our code. I'm using the Sublime Text Editor and the Git Bash terminal as always. And as always, you can find a link to the code in the pinned comment section below, as well as a link to the playlist with all the other Django videos in this series. So check that out if you haven't seen it so far. So let's head over to our events, Views.py, and let's find our add_event function. And here it is. And you can see we're using the event form whenever we post. And if we're not posting, we're still using the event form. So let's head over to our forms and take a look at this guy. And so we go over to forms.py and here's our event form. And you can see if we look through here, it's asking for the manager. And then we do some label stuff here. Then we create the widget for the actual page right here. And it's a select box, a drop-down box, right? So this is fine for the super user, but we don't want this form to be used for a regular user. So what can we do? Well, we can modify this and hack around on this and do all kinds of different voodoo, but the easiest thing is just to create another form. So I'm just gonna copy this whole thing and create a second one. So just right under here, let's do this again. So for here, I'm gonna call this user event form. And I'm gonna keep the same name, event form, but we no longer want the manager field to be there. So I'm just gonna take it out. And then we also want to take out the manager label, take that out. And we also want to take out the manager widget down here. So we'll take that out as well. Well, we still want to assign a manager to each event, but we'll do that in the view, sort of like we did with the venues a couple of videos ago. So, all right, that's fine there, but now we need to modify this one. And so I'm going to comment here, admin super user event form. And I'm going to change the name of it from event form to event form admin, right? Now, what am I talking about admin? Remember at the very beginning of this whole series, we created a super user. That's the admin. That's what I'm talking about when I say super user, that super admin user, right? So if we head over to the site and if we go to admin, the admin area, right? You see we have users. Admin is right here. It says staff status and it's got a little check mark. That's essentially saying, hey, it's the super user. And remember, we created that super user in the terminal. With the Python manage.py create super user, I think, command. So that's the admin, that's the person I'm talking about. If you want to designate somebody else, you could do that as well. It doesn't have to be the super user. And I'll show you how to do that in just a second. But for now, we are moving right along. So we've got this event for admin form. And now we need to determine whether to use this one or to use this one whenever somebody comes to that page to add an event. How do we do that? Well, let's head over to our views.py file. And up here at the top, first we need to import that new form. So from forms, we just want to import event form admin, or maybe we would call this admin event form, whatever, name it whatever you want, but I'll just keep it like that. So now let's come back down to our add events function. And you can see here, we're designating which form to use when we post the form, and we're also designated it right here if we just go to the page itself. So let's just start at the top here and let's write some code. So if they're posting to the form, then let's do an if statement. So let's go if request.user.is_super user. And this is super user will return true if you're the super user, if you're that admin user, right? if you want to do somebody else besides a super user, you could say user.id equals, and then give it some ID. If you want Bob to be able to pick anybody as the manager and Bob's ID is 4, you could put 4 there, right? But we don't want to do that. We want to use the super user. So we could just say if request.user.is_superuser, and this is a Django thing, comes in Django. Django knows what this is super user thing is, right? So we don't have to set that up or define that or anything. So then we could just pop this in here, but instead of event form, we want EventFormAdmin, right? Else, we want the form to be that, right? That's it. So we have to do the same thing down here. Else, this guy. Now this section right here is just going to the page, not submitting, right? So we just go to the page. We haven't filled out the form yet. We need to do the same thing. So if request.user.is_superuser, then our form will be EventFormAdmin. Else, our form is just event form, right? And that's it. So let's go back to the website and test this out. But before we do that, if you like this video and want to see more like it, be sure to smash the like button below, subscribe to the channel, give me a thumbs up for the YouTube algorithm, and check out Codemy.com, where I have dozens of courses with hundreds of videos to teach you to code. Use coupon code YouTube1 to get $30 off membership. It's all my courses, videos, and books. One-time fee of just $49, which is insanely cheap. So I'm logged in as the super user. So if we hit reload here, come down, we can pick a different thing. That makes sense. So let's go ahead and log out and log back in as, say, Bob. And now if we go to this page, add events, you'll notice that there is no field for members. So we're halfway done. We've got this part taken care of, but now we still need to assign a manager. If Bob wants to fill out the form here and add an event, we need to make sure that Bob is named the manager. How do we do that? Well, we kind of talked about this a couple videos ago in the venues section. So let's see, let me just find add venue. There it is. You remember we did this sort of half commit thing where we added something else on the back end and then saved it. Well, we're going to do the exact same thing. So I'm just going to copy this code right here, and let's go back to our add event section. There it is. And so let's see, if we're posting right here and we're the super user, then use the super user form. Otherwise, use this thing. Now, here, this code is a little different. So we need to do this inside this else statement. So what we need to do is copy all of this stuff and add it to each section here. So let's see, we'll put it right here. So this is if the super user is doing a thing. So we need to pop this over, right? So if the super user is filling out the form, then go ahead and make sure the form is valid and then save it and then redirect. Right? Otherwise, if somebody else besides the super user is using the form, then we want to use this regular event form and we want to do this stuff, but we need to modify this a little bit. And I'm going to call this event because that makes more sense. So event. So what are we going to do here? Well, we want the event.manager to equal request.user.nothing. So request.user is the user's username, right? So Bob's username is Bob. Tina's username is Tina in our particular case here. So this will make the manager Tina, right? Or whatever. So then we just save it as normal, but actually looking at this, no, we need to put, let's see. First of all, we need to tab all of this inside of here. There we go. And then this stuff will go inside of here. We don't need this. There we go. Tab all this over. Okay, that looks right. So let's see. Let's make sure this is all lined up right. So if we're posting as a super user, just save the form as normal. Else, we're not the super user, use the other form, and then tack on the manager, and then save it, and then redirect. So, okay, I think that works. So let's go ahead and save this and test this out. Head back over to the website, hit reload. Okay, everything seems good here. We are logged in as Bob, right? I think so. Yeah. So let's say Bob's event. The date is 2021. Let's say 9 25 at 10 o'clock in the morning. The venue is City Park. Jane Elder is going. Bob's test event. Let's go ahead and submit. It was submitted. Let's come back over here and check it. Scroll down here. There's Bob's event. Bob is listed as the manager. Very cool. So that's all there is to it. Really simple and really kind of easy way to use different forms for different users based on whether or not they're the super user, the admin user, or just a regular user. Very useful. One more thing we need to do. We've got this update event thing now. And when we come to it, it's showing no field here to update manager. And since we're Bob, that's great. But if we log out and if we log back in as admin, and now if we go to all of our events and we can't even update these things. Now that we know about that is super user function, we could maybe change this page to allow the admin to update any event. That might be something you might want to do. But instead, let's go down to one where here's a test event. We know we're the admin for, the manager for, and let's try and update it. You'll notice there's still no field here for a manager. And as the admin, we might want to change the manager. So we're going to need to fix that. So let's head over to our code. We can do this really quick. Let's just go to the update event function. There it is. And we could just do the same thing we just did. So here's where it's determining the form. So let's go if request.user.is underscore super user. Then let's paste this guy in. And we want EventFormAdmin. Else, we just want the regular form. And we don't need to pass in the manager stuff like before because we've already saved it as a manager of Bob or whatever, right? So let's go ahead and save this, head back over here, hit reload, and boom, now this pops back up. There we go. Admin, we can change it to Bob if we want. Let me change this to /Bob so we can recognize it later. All right, so let's go down and find that. Here it is. And now the manager's been Bob, and now we can't update it because we changed the manager to Bob. So let's log back out and log back in as Bob. And go to our events, all events. And let's find that thing again. There it is. And there's Bob, and we can't update it. And Bob is not listed anywhere as a manager because Bob is not the admin, so we wouldn't expect to see it. But we can do this, change some stuff, update it. Seems to have updated correctly. Let's come down here and make sure, change some stuff. And there you go. So that's how to use different forms for different users. Super easy, very cool. And like I said, you don't have to do the super user thing. You could set it equal to any user that you want to have special access or special forms or whatever. Just set that user.id equal to their ID number. Or like I said, use the isSuperUser function and just that easy. So that's all for this video. If you liked it, be sure to smash the like button below, subscribe to the channel, give me a thumbs up for the YouTube algorithm, and check out Codemy.com where you can use coupon code YouTube1 to get $30 off memberships. The page is $49 to access all my courses, over 47 courses, hundreds of videos, and the PDFs of all my best-selling coding books. Join over 150,000 students learning to code just like you. My name is John Elder from Codemy.com, and I'll see you in the next video.